Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we did not get to during the course of the show today, and it is Friday. Woo! I have been on 10, 11, 12 because I had a giant coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. We should do this coffee every day. If I didn't think it would like shorten my lifespan, like I'm sure if I did the big sugary coffee I drink every day, I'm sure it would kill me, like within a month. But
yeah,
what
a way to go, though.
Absolutely.
I should look at the nutrition on those drinks and just see how much sugar is in it.
The upside is it does fill me up, and so like I could have that and then not have lunch, and then just have dinner tonight and be fine.
That's not how our bodies are meant to work, though.
Like last night,
you see how he was like, moved on.
Great story.
I'm not going to change his mind.
For lunch, I did my fry it, where I did not get the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. I didn't get a soda. I got a lemonade and I got fries. That was my lunch. And then I did half a thing of Chipotle.
You just had fries?
I just had fries. And I like the fries. And so that was good. And I didn't feel like I needed to have everything. So then I had half of my Chipotle dinner last night. So I kind of...
And those are big.
Yeah. And then 2 of the small dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's.
Hey, man. Those are great, though.
I know they're so good. But I only had 2. I limited myself.
200 calories.
What a hero.
Well, it's so funny you say that because I went to the dentist to
That's right.
get my teeth done, and I have 0 problems. Like, they're like, great. She did recommend a Sonicare or Oral-B, and I don't know if they're getting a kickback for it or not, but like, she's like, there's places like around your gum where this would get better, and you don't have any problems now, but you could in the future.
Does that just mean is that like a toothpaste or the type of toothbrush?
The brush, automatic toothbrush.
I do want to get one of those someday.
I think I probably will. I'll surprise my wife with it. She'll come home and be like, what did you do? I'm like, well, Brenna said to get it, and I trust Brenna. You trust Brenna, right? Yeah, okay, well, she said so we're getting it. But it was the craziest thing. Like, there was another lady that worked there, and she works in their business department, and she's super nice. All the people at my dentist I love. And so we finish up, and I was like, oh, hey, I hadn't seen her in a while. Like, hey, how you doing? And she goes, I'm doing good. She goes, you look great. Have you lost weight? I'm like, oh my gosh, I love you. This is why I go to this dentist. And then another girl comes out that we know. She's like, I know, I was going to say the same thing. Have you lost weight? I'm like, either I was a disgusting pig before, or you guys are amazing, and I'll be back tomorrow just so I'll do another lap and you can tell me this, because I think I've put on a few pounds.
Aw, that was very kind of them.
I know, right?
They must be needing a lot of business.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, they're amazing. Like, they're so good at their job.
Or they're buttering you up to make you want to eat more, which gives them job
security. Yeah.
Or when they have to break the bad news to you about your terrible teeth, you're like, well, that stinks, but at least I'm thin.
Oh, yeah. Did you go to the dentist yesterday?
I did. Nothing wrong.
Oh, good, because Gavin hadn't been in a lot of years.
Yeah. Oh.
4?
No.
Oh, I thought you said 4 years.
No.
Oh.
That was a friend of mine who hadn't gone for 4 years. That was the cop friend who didn't go. I didn't do my last 6 months, so it's been a year. So I was worried because I had some pain in my upper right next to my canine molar.
What'd they say?
They said nothing. And the pain's gone today. So
there you go.
It was just maybe in my head. I don't know.
I get that from time to time. No, my teeth get sensitive here and there, and you're like most things, if you just ignore it, it goes away.
Take some ibuprofen. Yeah. And that heals everything.
Yeah, I did the same thing with my prostate.
Okay.
It's a Friday. Hey.
Want to get to the first story?
Actually, kind of a true story.
Okay.
I know, 100% though.
I'm like, I think I might. No, I'm good.
Just ignore.
Exactly. Okay, that's how you die from cancer, though, unfortunately. This is the best. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do for you a solid, like Betty did not do for Gavin. So we're gonna talk about a movie, and we're gonna talk spoiler alerts right now, and it's that Otto movie. Okay, so if you
A Man Called Otto.
If you have not seen it, the Tom Hanks movie, we're just gonna talk about what happened, and it might give something away. And so if you've not seen it and you want to fast forward past this point,
spoiler alert.
I'm giving you ample opportunity to get out of this section of the podcast.
Wait
right
for
now.
it. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4.
Betty Rock is the worst. All right. So Betty Rock finally went to see Otto, A Man Called Otto. I had seen it. I loved it. And we were talking about, like, is it like how, what did you think? It was kind of dark but funny and super moving. It made you cry. And what did you say, Betty Rock?
And I said, yeah. And then that part where Tom Hanks dies at the end.
Yeah. But
I thought that Gavin had seen it.
In fairness, like, I've talked about seeing it. Like, life has just been busy and we haven't found the time to go to the movies. But I've talked about seeing it for probably like weeks now.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you.
I think you could see it coming.
Well, I don't know. Well, but it's something you're waiting for a Hollywood ending.
I had no clue. Yeah. I had no clue that was a possibility. It's Tom Hanks. Yeah, he doesn't look. I didn't know that.
Stop it, Rock. Stop talking.
You can't get any worse in terms of spoiler percentage.
I'm sorry.
Gavin and I laughed so hard though. We were just dying, like, because she just ruined it. Like, not even just a little plot point. Oh, he's dead at the end. Like, that's the biggest.
Once again, I wouldn't have said it had I not thought that he had already seen it.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the amount of time that a movie has been out before you can talk about it freely and openly without feeling guilty? Okay, because it's been out for a little bit. It's been out for a few. Can you look at when it came out, Gavin? I want to establish a timeline.
I would say 3 weeks to a month.
I think around a month.
A month is kind of my thing. Like, if you haven't seen it in a month, then it's on you for me to not worry about your lack of seeing it.
January 13th.
Oh, still inside of a month. Yeah, 2 weeks. I'd like to point out 2 big weeks. So, Benny Rock.
I thought it had been out longer, though.
Yeah, you're not in the window, Rock.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you totally hosed him.
Okay.
I apologize. I just had no idea.
And I understood it. And I think I'm still going to go see it because you guys have told me it's a good movie. I'll just try my best not to tell my wife the ending.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
now that I know.
I don't know. I think you should share it with her.
He's going to die in the end.
Oh, it's so good. That's so good. That was so funny.
It was really funny.
All right, couple things we didn't get to today. There's a Colorado baker. You might have seen this story a while ago. Super political. He won a partial U.S. Supreme Court case. He's a baker, and a gay couple wanted him to do their wedding cake. And because of his faith, he said no. And he lost and so I think he won that one. But then he lost an appeal recently when somebody that was transgender came in and said, "I want you to make me a transgender cake, celebrating my transition." And he said no. Like, I think now that people in that community know this baker in Colorado, and it's almost like they're baiting him. Mm-hmm. Like, because why would you do this otherwise? Go to someone that is going to be friendly to your cause. Right. You're just trying to make a statement at this point, and you're just stirring the pot. You know where he stands. He doesn't share your beliefs, and here's the news flash, America. He doesn't have to share your beliefs. Like, he doesn't have to agree with you, I
think what's sad about it is that most people kind of put people that don't approve of the gay or transgender lifestyle, they're seen as probably like a Hitler or something, like someone who is. You're not promoting love, you're promoting hate.
And that's not true.
And division. And it's hard to paint the picture of the opposite. Like, you're not trying to promote division or hate. You're just trying to promote the fact that you don't agree with it, but it's hard to show. It's hard to show people that you still love them when you don't have that relationship with them, because there's a lot of strangers.
There's a couple nuances in this story. Like, let's say you run a bakery. And you're a believer, but a transgender person comes into your bakery and wants to buy some muffins. You absolutely 100% have to and should serve them. Like, zero wrong with that. Like, you like that's the thing. You can't have somebody that's a black person come in and go, "Well, I'm not serving you," because you are putting out a product that is for everyone to consume. You have to make it equal across the board. That is a good thing. Like, that is a really good thing. But when somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I want you to do something special outside of just serving me here like you would the general public, you have to make this cake, and you've got to make it in a way that, it'd be like if somebody, because you know how they have like the dirty cakes and they're like phallic symbols and stuff. It'd be like that. So going to some baker and going, "You have to make this cake for me." Well, that doesn't fit my parameters of my business, what I believe in. Because guess what? I'm in America. I still have a business that I still have control over, and I can say no to things. Like, I don't have to do what everybody tells me I have to do. And so if they're saying, "You have to make me this cake," I think that crosses the line. That's too far. Like, he should be able to say yes and no to what he is comfortable or not comfortable with making. I think we're losing our minds here. Now, here's the nuance in this story. As I kind of read through it, this transgender person was like, "I want like a white cake or a blue cake with pink frosting," or something like that. And so what the court said was this cake, and it's so funny that we're having these things all the way up in courts, is the court said, okay, this cake doesn't get into your freedom of speech because it is basically a cake with colors on it like you would do for anybody else. So you have to make this cake, you know? And to that degree, I was like, you know what? I actually do understand that. I do agree with that. Like if it was just a sheet cake, like, and you're not having to write, hey, happy Trans Day or something like that. And, you know, you'd write in congratulations, whatever you call yourself is, you know, that to me is like an opportunity for this baker. And this is where I see the opportunity, because we can make issues out of everything. And I get saying, hey, I'm not going to do something that is celebrating, you know, verbally or written or, you know, graphically or whatever, a transition type thing. But if you want me just to make you a cake, this is an opportunity for them to extend love and say, hey, man, hey, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but you know what? I want you to have a good day, and I want you to enjoy something that I'm going to make for you, and I'm going to make it the best I can make it, you know? And then that way you build a bridge between people that don't agree with you. But like, and you would have made a sheet cake for anybody else. Like you could have had a Satanist come in there and been like, hey, I'd like a sheet cake, make it black and yellow and write on there, happy birthday, El Diablo or whatever, you know, or just happy birthday. You know, they could be for a birthday for Satan, you know, and you wouldn't know it. And that's what the court said, was like, look, no one's going to know or associate your faith with this cake because it's nondescript. So that in that case, I think, I think he should. I'm not a big fan of you should have to make it, because I still believe in freedom, but I think he should make it as a way to be kind to people and show that, while I may not agree with you, I can love you in this way. Now, I don't have to do it the way you say. I don't have to do it this way, but I can still be loving inside of this. So I think there's an opportunity that was missed there inside of the issue. So anyway, I thought it was an interesting story, and we keep having these conversations. It's crazy as we trample on each other's liberties and try to navigate it. So what do you got, Rock?
Well, on TikTok, a pastor named Gerald Johnson is turning some heads. That's because on his most recent video, he's claiming that he has been to hell.
Oh, sweet.
That he has heard the devil's Spotify playlist.
It's all Justin Bieber.
And it's songs that were inspired by drugs. So what he's saying is what he claims is when an artist is high on some kind of drug, they are using that drug to write lyrics. So let's say they're writing a song and they don't feel like they can get in the right headspace. They're going to take a drug. And then this pastor says that they are accessing into a spirit realm where a demon can take over and write out lyrics to songs that eventually the whole public will hear. So he says that they're opening a portal, and demons are able to reach through and give these artists the lyrics that help them control the people on earth. So when you get to hell, you're hearing these songs. That's what he's claiming. He's claiming that when you get to hell, you're going to hear all the songs that were written by artists that were on cocaine, meth,
sounds like a
whatever,
bad dream,
but not by the original artist. So you'll hear songs that are being sung by demons.
Oh, that's up the ante.
And so in hell, he says that every lyric to every song is to torment you as the fact that you didn't worship God through music when you were on earth.
That is a fascinating take. So like you would be in hell and it wouldn't be Justin Bieber saying, baby, 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 like demon yelling thing.
Maybe off key.
Just screamo.
But that's only if that song was written while someone was high on something.
Okay. There's a couple things in this. A, I don't believe that he's been to hell. B, I believe that maybe he was high when he came up with this.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only way that you get to that point and experience all of that doesn't seem like you would just be sitting there and have a bad dream, and that's where it came from.
That's a really weird thing of like, that is hell, is that demons are singing like Iron Maiden songs, you know, like, because some people will be like, that's pretty dope, you know?
I mean, I will say this. I don't think anyone should be on drugs. I don't think that is something that you should partake in.
I feel like a butt coming here.
I don't know.
It's going to be really weird.
Your whole little seeing all sides
I forget
thing.
where I'm going with it.
Okay. Now that I'm used to.
That might be a good thing.
But we have gotten some great songs from people.
There you go. What a great take, Rock. No, it is it is a weird thing because, like, when people alter their brains, it's kind
of like that SNL skit with Garth Brooks.
Oh, and the devil
and
Will Ferrell. Yeah.
Oh.
When fast car on the highway, on the byway.
Is it damp in here? Is it humid in here?
Is it humid?
When people alter their mentality, I get what he's saying about when people alter their mentality, because that's been the argument for drugs, is that you alter the mentality, and that's where you are able to invite things that your defenses are down, and so you're more likely to be influenced by evil or be possessed. I don't think I could ever be possessed because I think it's kind of garbage, or like I think that
because you have Jesus in your heart,
right? Like I'm not going to ever.
It's not possible.
Exactly. I mean, because the Bible talks about this. The Bible talks about like the power in the name of Jesus will cause these things to flee.
But I can't say that would be the same for someone who hasn't accepted God. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole demon thing and the whole what do you call it, possession thing is really weird to me, because they're inside the Catholic Church. I mean, there are people that spend their whole lives and that's what they do is like exorcisms and stuff like that. And it happened in the Bible too, so it makes sense it could happen today. It's really freaky. But along the lines of the music, do you know this song here? I know Betty will know this.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's crying a stairway to heaven.
Yeah, that was Siri doing Stairway to Heaven. That was the only clip I had of it.
That was creepy.
Because our machine here that we play stuff from won't play devil music. And so...
But it was originally by Led Zeppelin.
Right.
And it was a huge hit.
Do you know the story behind it?
No.
That song was written in a matter of 20 minutes or something like that. And Jimmy Page, who was probably high at the time, Jimmy Page says, like, it all came about so easy. It was like somebody else was pushing the pen. Ooh. And so when I was growing up, there was a big pushback against music and the satanic parts of music. That's why Ozzy was on a list, and because Twisted Sister had a song, "You're Gonna Burn in Hell," and so like Iron Maiden. And so all of these Tipper Gore, her husband was Al Gore. She did the Parents Music Resource Council, and they came out against all this music. And like my parents were like, yes, this is evil and it's wrong. But this was one of the songs that they used when he's like, somebody else pushed the pen, and they're like, yeah, there's demon influence inside of this music and things like that. And so that's kind of what this pastor, I don't know what his criteria, his qualifications are, but it's kind of what he's saying.
And while he's going to extremes. Yeah. I would say that there are definitely songs out there that are not good for us.
Absolutely.
Like they can make you feel like, you know what, this kind of behavior is okay, and I can do that. Whereas we do need to be careful with what we put inside of our heads, because songs do get stuck.
If you think about it too, especially kids are super, super influenced by what they listen to. And if you have songs like Ozzy Osbourne got like pulled before a court because he got sued for a kid that killed himself because he had a song called Suicide Solutions. And his defense was, I didn't say that it was glorifying suicide, but they're like, no, you actually did. And so it caused this teen to kill themselves. But like, that's one of those things that music, even subtly, less subtly than that, or more subtly than that, when songs are talking about depression and I'm angry and I'm alone, and it can disenfranchise kids because they identify with that and they hold on to that. There's this one song by Skillet that is kind of like, I was like, man, if you didn't know Skillet and who they are and how their faith is, you could hear the song on the surface and be like, oh, I'm going to take myself out. That song, if you're sick of it, it seems on the surface kind of dark and depressing, but that's not the ultimate message. You got to dive into it a little bit. But music definitely affects us. I still get affected by music today, and I'm 54. I know that's why we do our 21-day challenge at Way FM. If you're listening to this in the Way FM and it's the stuff you put in your soul that's good, then the output of what comes out of your life is better. And I do notice a difference if I'm constantly listening to a lot of like my heavy music and stuff like that. Then it can make me more negative, Although I did finally get to have a little fun. I didn't. This is really frustrating. I didn't get to do it on this Bible study, like at my small group, but I'm going to do it at my next one. I was ready to go, and I never read Bible verses in Bible small group because of my dyslexia.
Oh, read out loud.
Oh, okay. yeah. It's horrible. And so I won't read out loud. And so we're going through the book of Revelation, which, by the way, is a page
You
turner.
are?
It's horrible.
Wow.
Like, I don't like this study at all.
Let me say one little thing.
Yes.
You were talking about the 21-day challenge. If you want to check that out, just text DAY to 91979.
Yeah, and so we're going through all of the prophecies and all of the stuff with the with Led Zeppelin, or not Led Zeppelin, with Revelation, and it's so like difficult to follow, and I'm like struggling through it, and then there's a lot of it that I just don't. And I brought this up in the small group. I'm like, I got to be honest with you, I don't care about a lot of this.
There's a lot of symbolism.
Right. And it's been interpreted, and some people, then Eric got really into it. He's our pastor, and he got really into it. He's like, there's all these different factions, and they believe this, and they believe that, and it could be this, could be that. And I was like, man, you're talking about a dream that John had. And did you know this? This I didn't know. They're like, some people say it was John the disciple, and other people think it was a different John. Like, and so it could have been some John I don't even know, which would be weird. But then it was like breaking down all these things, and at the end of the day, I'm like, it's a metaphor, and we're trying to assign stuff to it and meaning to it. And I'm like, at the end of the day, none of it matters, like it really doesn't matter on your faith. It's like, and that's where I landed on a lot of the things I don't understand about the Bible or about God, is that if it's not salvation related, then to me, I'm not going to get worked up about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to get worked up about the tribulation and post-trib, mid-trib, pre-trib, all of that. I'm not going to get worked up about the symbolism and what that means of the Great East and the seven-headed thing. Okay, fine. Like, I'll find out what it is when I get there. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, that's the key. What did Jesus tell me to do? Love God and love people. Like, if I'm doing that, I'm doing pretty good. And I'm not getting worked up about the other stuff, because we debate all this stuff ad nauseum. But anyway, so and you're reading all of these Bible verses, and it's like the seven-headed beast comes out with, seven ladies and crowns, and it's so weird and gothic. And so I had pulled up Iron Maiden's song lyrics, and so when they were going to ask for the next person to read, I was ready to read that because it fits right in with it. And people would have been like looking through their Bibles, like, what version? Exactly. And I didn't get a chance to do that because this other guy started reading like out of nowhere. I'm like, I missed an opportunity. But next week, I'm all in, because that'll be really funny.
Hilarious.
It will be really funny.
Because sometimes when I know I've got like a joke that I really want to tell in a scenario that I'm like, this could be really hilarious, and I'm building up to it, does your heart race as you get closer to that moment?
Oh, absolutely.
Because like I'll find times, like if I'm telling you guys a joke, because I value you guys finding me funny. And it's usually those people where I'm like, I'm about to tell them, and I race, and something happens and it throws me off. I'm like so defeated in the moment.
Yeah, if you don't deliver it perfectly, you're like, I had this figured out, man. Oh, dadgummit. And so, yeah, like, okay, for example, if they ask me to read, woe to you on earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast of wrath, because he knows that the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. It is number 666. Like, if I was reading that,
that's a lyric, right?
Yeah, that's Iron Maiden.
No.
Yeah, but
that's
like
amazing.
But like that would be like, you could be like, that's okay, that sounds like it's in Revelation, man. And so that's what I found really funny about this stuff. But yeah, so I might try to do that next week. So,
good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope you succeed.
Yeah, I don't
have Marty hold her camera out
and
have her try and film that.
Oh, good times. All right, well, let's do some birthdays, Rock, because it's Friday. What do you got?
All right, we've got one.
All right.
Emmy, she's celebrating a birthday tomorrow. She said, I'm turning 32 and have been listening since I was a teenager.
Nice.
Back in Total Access days.
Woo.
I met Wally and Betty at a volunteer event at my father's house in Gresham, Oregon.
Oh, very cool. That's where I lost my fingernail.
Oh, when you hit yourself.
Well, I hit myself. No, the kid pushed me as I was hammering, and I hit my fingernail.
That was all.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
That was all you.
No, it wasn't.
It was. You know what? Today is Friday, so that means
weekend plans. Everyone's got a weekend plans. Oh, what am I not going to do this weekend?
Yeah, because your wife is out of town, so you're really more pumped than you should be.
No, those are nice weekends.
Yeah, but I told her I miss her.
Covers a lot.
It does. She's like, I miss you already. I love you. I'm like, me too, girl. I'm gonna eat at all the places she will not eat at.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a lot of places.
That's Minio's today for lunch. A little like chicken wing bar type hole in the wall place that I love. So I'll be doing that today. I had Chipotle last night because she doesn't like Chipotle. The list of things she doesn't like is
bigger than the ones that she does.
It's amazing. Like I can hit a little Chewy's this weekend.
Oh, Chewy's.
Yeah.
You know it's really easy to get it to go. I mean, they made it so easy.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Do you call in or do you go online? Is it?
No, you do curbside service and you call the number or you text the number and you say what slot you're in and they just bring you your food. And
so nice.
It is.
So I am gonna actually get some work done this weekend. I finish up some things on the deck that I've wanted to do if the weather cooperates, if it's not too cold to paint. And then I am going to work on this furniture piece I've been working on for my daughter, and I've got it all ready to go. This is exciting for me. I'll go home and start working on it today.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it really is, man. I love to accomplish things, especially if I've had a project going for a while. It drives me crazy not to finish it. My problem has always been I have to resist the urge to finich too quickly, and then I start rushing, and then I make mistakes and have to undo things. So that is going to be it. Then church online probably Sunday.
I get that.
I know. Church online's pretty great. Church online.
It's an hour of your day.
Yeah, I'll do it at 8 too. I'll go to the early service, and then the rest of the day I can build and paint. I am going to a gun show on Saturday with Gregor's, and
I thought he had already moved.
No, he leaves in mid-February.
Oh, okay.
And
don't bring it up. He might cry.
Yeah, thanks. The thing about gun show, and I know people have different opinions about guns, and it's funny because I have this funny thing we talked about in the Aftercast, and I'm talking about how I own guns and stuff like that. And I purposely haven't played that clip. We'll pull clips out of here and play them on the show, and I purposely haven't played that clip because people miss the context, and there's been all these shootings lately, and now they're talking about copycat shootings and everything in California, and I realize there's a sensitivity to it, and I want to be sensitive to that. And so I'm not talking about that stuff on the air, but you guys were family with the potties. But the gun shows are the most fascinating cross section of people.
Yeah.
It's not even about going and buying a gun. It is one of the most interesting places to people watch.
I bet.
Oh, the amount of sleeveless American t-shirts that are there is wonderful.
The amount of tattoos.
The amount of
American flag
extreme
tattoos.
Right-wing Trump-loving people that show up there, and it runs the gamut. It'll be a little kid with a MAGA hat on to a 80-year-old lady that is talking your ear off about the problems with the world today, and it is glorious. I even when I was there, I went to another one, and there was a 9mm handgun that is custom engraved and painted with the word Trump on the side. And I almost bought Betty one. Yeah. It's oh my goodness gracious. It is it's something to watch. Even if you're not a firearms fan, it is a place to go people watch for sure. Lady Rock, what do you got?
Tonight or this afternoon, I need to go to the grocery store. I need to make a list. I don't want to. I never like going to the grocery store, but I need to do that. And I might get together with a friend. We'll see. I'm still feeling kind of
from your shots.
Queasy. Yeah.
That's surprising that it held on. Yeah. You definitely look better today. You just, not that you looked bad or ugly. I feel like I have to qualify this.
Thank you.
You looked like you didn't feel good.
Right. For sure. I didn't.
And you were down. I got the same exact 2 shots that Betty got. And luckily, I didn't get the nausea or the sick. I just got all the aches. My arms feel like they're about to fall off right now.
So I might take it easy tonight. Maybe see a friend. Maybe take it easy while I'm seeing a friend. We'll see. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to meet 2 friends of mine, and we're going to go to that antique store.
Oh, which one?
Up in Goodlettsville.
Oh, I think we're gonna go one you told me about?
The Rare Bird one?
Yes. Okay. There is, I don't even know how to explain this to you. when you go in and you go to the right and you go to the back and there's that back section, like on the right-hand side, there is a person that has a bunch of boxes, like crates there, okay? They had a dynamite crate and it's in great shape. It is a finger-jointed box joint and it's about $60. And I did not buy it last time and I should have because I want to make a cajon. It's the right size, it's big enough, and I want to make a cajon. And I thought about, like, because Jen Ledger likes the one that I made. She's with Skillet, and she likes the one I made. And so I was going to make Jen a cajon out of an old dynamite box. But then I thought, oh, Nicole's a drummer, Betty's roommate. And then I thought, wait, maybe I could make Nicole a cajon too, or maybe just her instead of Jen Ledger. So what do you?
No, I'm just agreeing.
Okay, so if you go there, look for those boxes and send me a picture.
Okay.
And then if they're there, I can get you to get one, and I'll Venmo you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
And then we're going to go out and eat after that and then go home. My parents, they got their bathroom remodeled.
Oh, they did?
And they really want me to come see it.
Nice.
So I may
That's
go over
exciting.
and see
I love that too. Like, that's such a parent thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're as a kid, you don't care. Like, I know my daughter came home and I'm like, look at the tile work I did. And God bless her, she played along. Oh, that's really nice. I like it. I know she didn't care.
Yeah. So I was talking, I try to talk with my parents every day, but now that my mom is retired, so I usually call her because my dad's not good about having his phone on him or having it on.
Whenever you get that.
Anyway, so I call my mom, but now that she's fully retired, she usually has it on speaker. And so I can hear my dad in the background. And so I called him yesterday and I was like, hey, what are y'all up to? And they're like, oh, we're just taking it easy. And then I hear dad in the background go, hey, Toot, when are you coming to see the new pot?
That's
like,
it.
The new pot.
That's so great.
I don't know.
Danny Ray's the
best.
best.
So maybe I'll go Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. But church is Sunday and...
I wish I was younger, like, because I would get Danny Ray to adopt me as a son. It's a little weird at my age because we're too close in age. But if I was younger, like if I was your age, I'd be like, hey, Danny Ray, like, I mean, could you just adopt me and teach me your ways? Teach me the ways of the Ray. I would love that.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
All right.
A lot he could teach you.
Gavin, what do you got?
I've got a also antique related thing. There's there's this entertainment center that Haley saw at this place down here in Franklin that she has just like always loved. And at the time, we were kind of going into this stretch where we had like Disney on the horizon and all this. And I was like, well,
so the money
just doesn't make a ton of sense to, pay for that now. But I've been saving up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go and see if it's there. I'm not 100% sure if it's there, but I drove our Forerunner down today.
Oh.
And so I'm going to go.
Can you get it in there?
I can, yes. I remember I did the
math, the calculations.
I remember Haley had done the measurements and I had written them down on my phone. So I had them. And at one point or another, I just like went out to the car while she was like, I think reading a book or something.
Are you going to have to leave the back gate open?
The back gate
of your car?
No,
like it'll fit all the way inside of it?
It's not huge. And again, this is like just for us, like it's not like this long thing.
Right.
It's more of a...
Because I know you had talked to me, at one time you wanted to build one that had like a retractable something to it.
We had talked about that at one point, but Haley had seen this. It's like black with this like light brown, like wicker design on like the doors that she just like loves and is super popular right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go, and if it's there, and if it's the price I remember it being, because if it's more than that,
if on the tag, if it doesn't say ND, even at a antique store like that, you can ask for a lower price on it.
What does ND stand for?
No discount. Because what happens is people will put things at these antique stores and they each have booths,
Sure.
And so if you're at a booth, you can go up to the people and say, hey, I really like this, but I don't want to pay $150. I'm at about $125. Do you think they'll take it? And if it doesn't say ND, usually they'll either they know that they can negotiate it down,
or they'll call that
or they'll
person.
call them. Yeah.
Sure.
So if you want to get it for less, you can still try to get it for less.
Yeah. So try that. I'm really hopeful that that's there because I think that would be a very worthwhile thing to go back home and surprise my wife with.
Nice.
Was she a little concerned on why you asked to take the Forerunner?
No, I lied.
Oh, why'd you lie?
I told her I was helping somebody from work move something from work back to their house.
Oh. So and here's what's going to happen too. You're going to get home, and this because I know women. You're going to get home, and you're going to present her with this lovely gift that is just so heartfelt, and she's going to love it, and she's going to put it in there, and then after she looks at it for a minute, she's going to go, huh, lying comes really easy to you, doesn't it, Caleb? You know, and she's going to use and maybe even use your middle name, and then your host. Like, yeah.
Am I wrong? Is that wrong?
No, you have to lie.
Lied in that scenario?
No, absolutely not.
Because I can't just be like, hey, babe, I'm taking the 4Runner because she was going somewhere today.
Because she'll have a million questions for you. Yeah. Like, that's what wives do. Like, anything out of the norm, they have. They all of a sudden turn into Encyclopedia Brown, and now they have 1,000 questions. Yep. And finally, I've gotten with my wife before, like when I tried to. Finally, I've gotten to where like, look, I'm trying to do something nice for you. Just stop asking questions.
And maybe I'll get there someday.
You will, because it's more frustrating trying and then having to lie, and then you get caught in the lie.
The lying only works for so long until I'm saying it again, and she's like, nah, I don't think that he's doing that.
And then I have stupid face when I lie, and so I get caught every time. And so, like, I could never cheat on her because like the minute she asks me a direct question and I try to lie, I get stupid face and I'm done. She's like, okay, now what's going on? And then that's where I'm like, I'm just trying to do something nice for you. Okay, please stop ruining your birthday. This has been nice too because my wife's birthday is coming up, but she's out of town this week, and so I've been able to purchase everything, just send it to the house. I don't have to jump through any hoops, you know. And so I'll when she gets back, she'll have things wrapped and it'll be like waiting for her, like birthday in a box. Here you go.
This is her friend. This is her Valentine's Day gift in my head. Nice. Maybe her birthday as well.
Nice. That's good. That's good. You're doing the right things. You should definitely lie to your wife.
Thank you.
Yeah. And in this case, to do nice surprises, absolutely.
Smart lying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or lovingly lying.
Well, with that, I think that's going to do it for our Friday Aftercast. That means we will be back here again on Monday. And thanks for being a potty.